Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our today's analysis, and this is Real Talk with Maurice. So guys, today we want to discuss about the Mount Kenya politics. That's number one. We want to discuss about which regions are going to determine who becomes the next president of Kenya. That's number two. So, talking of which regions is going to determine who becomes the next president of Kenya, I have three regions. This is Ukambani, Western Kenya, and the Mount Kenya region. In our analysis today, we want to base it in two major regions, that is Western Kenya and Mount Kenya region. But before we do that, kindly, if you are watching this video for the first time, consider subscribing. To our subscribers, I want to thank you for your continued support, and please give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend it to many viewers. And to you, Kevin Odwor, I want to really appreciate the support that you gave me. I'm very glad and grateful about that. So back to our analysis. We want to discuss the regions which are going to determine who becomes the next president of the Republic of Kenya. Before we major our analysis into two regions. First, let's talk about Ukambani. Before, Ukambani was emerging as a region that is going to determine who becomes the next president of Kenya. This was because Kalonzo Musyoka had not made a choice of whether to run for the presidency or support someone. So Ukambani region was becoming like a battleground. But as per now, Kalonzo Musyoka is in Azimio, and that is a guarantee to Azimio team that Ukambani votes are going to be casted for Azimio. Now we are left with two major regions. Our first region is Western Kenya. As you all know, Western Kenya is a rich vote region as well. So this region is going to determine who becomes the next president of Kenya in this way. Let's take for an example. As per now, Raila is enjoying the support of Western Kenya region. On the other hand, Ruto have the support of Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula from Western Kenya. That's the Luhya nation. So, if Raila can manage to maintain the support he has in the Western Kenya, then well, he might emerge the next president of Kenya. But if Ruto will manage to split the votes in Western Kenya, this means that Raila, his chances of becoming the president is reducing. Let's go to Mount Kenya region. Mount Kenya region is a rich vote country, with Kikuyus having over 5 million votes. Dr. William Samoei Ruto enjoys the support of Mount Kenya region, and that's the fact. But how will Mount Kenya region determine who becomes the next president of Kenya. Number one, in the mountain, let's take for an example, if Raila managed to get around 30 to 35% and ensure that he consolidates the western votes, automatically Raila is going to become the next president of Kenya, because for William Ruto to become the next president of Kenya, one, he must at least get 70 to 80% of the mountain votes. As you all know, Raila Amolo Odinga have never banked on the support of the Mount Kenya region, but his supporters always believed that he usually win. So this time he has the support of the people of the mountain. Getting around 20 to 35% is very likely, and it can happen. So I want to give reasons as to why Mount Kenya and Western Kenya is going to determine the next president of Kenya. Number one, we have something we call the choice of the running mate. Let's talk about Mount Kenya. When Raila Amolo Odinga chooses Martha Karua to be his running mate, the mountain was excited and people celebrated all over the mountain. Martha Karua has been on the ground campaigning for Raila Amolo Odinga, speaking to the people, persuading them to vote for Raila Amolo Odinga. On the other hand, the day Rigathi Gachagua was mentioned as the running mate for Dr. William Samoei Ruto, there were no celebrations experienced in the mountain. Some leaders from the mountain claim that Rigathi Gachagua is a dictator, the likes of Kabogo and Moses Kuria. We've seen TSP party leader Mwangi Kiunjuri claiming that small parties in the region are being undermined by the UDA party. So Rigathi Gachagua was not accepted by the leaders of the mountain, and this is giving Dr. William Samoei Ruto a headache. So the choice of the running mate, and this perhaps is leaning and tilting towards Raila Amolo Odinga, is going to determine who becomes the next president of Kenya. Number two is the voter turnout in the mountain. Mount Kenya region has a total of 5 million votes. The voter turnout will determine who becomes the next president of Kenya. In which sense? Let's take for an example. Out of the 5 million votes, because we can't expect the 90% voter turnouts as it were before in the last general elections. By then, they had a reason to come out and vote because they were trying to defend the presidency, not to get out of the Mumbi family. But as per now, they don't have a presidential candidate. They are supporting other people with the hope of they will capture that in the future. So let's take, for example, out of the 90 or 90 to 80% voter turnout, 10% doesn't turn out. this will affect the votes, and specifically the person who will lose the most here is Dr. William Ruto, because he is the person enjoying the support of the mountain. And on the other hand, Raila Amolo Odinga won't be affected that much because he is only banking to get 30% of the votes. Yes, I hope you hear that clearly. And the next thing that I'm going to talk about, guys, is Ruto's visit to the mountain and Western Kenya. Recently, Dr. William Samoei Ruto have noticed that the mountain is becoming slippery to some extent. So with this, he is now trying to split the Western Kenya votes. Now, Dr. William Samoei Ruto spends more time in the Western Kenya more than how he spends in the mountain. And this explains as to why Mount Kenya region and Western Kenya are going to determine the next president of the Republic of Kenya. Yes. Again, forgetting to speak about the choice of the running mate. We have the Nakuru Molo event, I think it was yesterday, where the DP wanted to say something, but he remembered that the media was in and he decided to chase them away. This happens because the DP assumed that Rigathi would have been given time to speak and people would have narrated or taken differently the message that Rigathi Gachagua was going to say. You know, Rigathi Gachagua was a DO in 1992, and during the time he was the DO, people suffered in Nakuru, specifically Molo. The Kikuyus really, really suffered. Another thing that is going, I believe that Mount Kenya is going to determine the president, is the presence of the Mount Kenya Foundation. These are prominent businessmen and women who want to front someone who will protect their businesses and interests. As we speak right now, Raila Amolo Odinga enjoys the support of the Mount Kenya Foundation because they believe Raila have their interest. Yes. And how they relate to the Mumbi family. Kindly, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so that next time you produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to our subscribers, kindly give this video a thumbs up, and I will really, really appreciate. Kindly consider subscribing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's get me to at least 1,000 subscribers by this month. I am Maurice Omondi, and let's meet in the next video.